Here's your weather on the 3s.
Well, let's talk about the tropics here as we start to wrap up the show, and we'll start with potential tropical cyclone 7. This is likely going to be Tropical Storm Erin by the end of the day today or overnight tonight. This is going to stay well to our south. This is going to get out over towards Mexico. We have Dorian, which is sitting out in the Atlantic, continuing to sit almost stationary over the Bahamas, although over the last couple hours showing maybe some signs that it's finally starting to kick out, which would make sense. When you take a look at the overall pattern, that would make sense. You've got two ridges that sit out towards the east, and you've got a ridge that's going to sit out over towards the west. You have a passing trough, which is going to be able to grab Dorian and kind of pull it out in between these two ridges. The purpose of a hurricane is that it redistributes heat energy. So it wants to go from the tropics to the pole the easiest path possible. Right now, that's squeezing up between these two ridges, riding on the coattails of this trough. So I do think it should start to move here through the day today and eventually kick out along the east coast. However, as it does so, it's going to churn up the Atlantic and it's going to churn up the coastline all along here. You're talking problems with erosion, storm surge, coastal flooding, all the way up along the east coast of Florida. We may even see a landfall out over towards South and North Carolina, both of which are in the cone and both of which are in the margin of error still as a major Category 3 hurricane out over towards South Carolina and a Category 2 out over towards North Carolina. So we are not done talking about Dorian just yet. Again, potential tropical cyclone 7 going from the Bay of Campeche straight across into Mexico. Eventually should fizzle out. It's not going to be a long-lasting storm. It's very disorganized. So not expecting much from this storm, but a reminder that it is that time of year where every little thing in the tropics needs to be watched. We've got other areas out in the basin that are cause for concern. Most of that stays out in the Atlantic, and there's one that's going to be worth keeping an eye on here over the coming weeks. Again, it's a long way away. It's got to cross an entire ocean and it's got to develop first, but those are the kind of things that you got to watch this time of year because this is the third year now in a row that we have seen little thunderstorms flare up into major hurricanes. We saw it with Harvey in 2017. We saw it with Michael last year, and then Dorian to an extent this year. Here locally, we're 75 in Lafayette, 74 in Carencro. You've got New Iberia at about 77 degrees. We will push our temperatures up to about 94 in the afternoon, mid-70s up through the evening. We're going to stay quiet. We're going to stay sunny all the way through the next couple of days. That's going to take us through this week and even on through the weekend and into the extended forecast.
Thanks, Daniel. Here's what you need to